Alright, so here's where I'm at with my course. I've been working on it for a while. Haven't had a ton of free time, so kind of work on it here and there, piece by piece. It's coming pretty slow, but I've been working on it over the winter. And I spent most of last winter up until I started it collecting all the stuff for it, which, as it turns out, I'm not using a lot of stuff I collected, but who knows? Maybe I can build another course or a bigger course or whatnot. So basically, this area is unfinished. But you start here, you cross this washout right here, you go up over there, and then you get to here. And there's like two options. You can either go left, which brings you along the path to the waterfall, or you can go straight and then take a pretty sharp left where you come up to here, and it's a lookout that will allow you to look down over and see the waterfall, which will eventually be falling out of that mouth of that T-Rex up there. Once you leave the lookout area, you can back down. This is a bit of a challenging area, especially in the 24 scale stuff. It's a tight turn right here. Initially, my plan was to design this for my Orlandoos, you know, the 135, 132 scale crawlers. But I have so many 24 scale crawlers, and I keep getting more of them, that I decided to make it wide enough so that my widest 24 scale could fit on this, because, you know, it's more fun to have more options. So you go along this bridge here, come up here, another pretty sharp turn depending on what you're driving. Make a right, sharp right, and then you come back over to here, and then you start to descend down the mountain. And I'll walk around to the other side to show you guys what that looks like. You descend down. It's relatively steep. And then you get down to where there are some train tracks that I made. They're not glued down yet, so they're just kind of resting in place. And then once you get down to this area, you got some options. To the left, which I'm pointing straight at right now, you see my RGT Adventurer down there. There's a cave down there that you can drive into, which is really difficult without FPV. With FPV, it's pretty fun. I've been testing this course out as I've been building it. I've actually got quite a bit of playtime on it. But once you go in there, you can drive around, come back out. I'm actually debating on, so the bottom of the cave is lower than, you know, this area here. So I'm debating on cutting something out and allowing it so you can drive underneath the whole course. Yeah, that's way down the road for the future. But so you come down here, you leave the cave, and then you got this old bridge here that is kind of washed out. And there's going to be a river right here. I actually have a surprise here for a simulated water crossing that I'll save for later. But there's the T-Rex up there with a waterfall is going to be coming out of simulated waterfall. But, you know, I'll take you an aerial view down over the river. There's the base of the waterfall. Once you cross the river, which you can see my CR24 Mini-z G armor is about to do, coming the opposite direction. Once you cross that, there's a pretty good incline over here, which will have some fallen trees and things like that. This area is not finished yet. I'm trying to finish up here first and then connect the two. Like my backdrop that came from my daughter's Peppa Pig dollhouse. That's not gonna stay there, but so I did a lot of this course out of spray insulation, which I kind of regret doing because it is a pain to paint. If you look down, like in here, there's a lot of nooks and crannies. The amount of effort involved in trying to get all of this painted is insane. I actually came up with a pretty decent solution. I grabbed a spray bottle from Walmart. I don't have it over here with me right now, but I went into the travel section of Walmart, over where the medicine and all that stuff is. And there's a travel section. I bought for $1. I bought a spray bottle. It's a small spray bottle, probably like 8 ounces or so, but it's got a pretty good handle on it, and it's pretty rugged. I filled that with some water, dropped some black acrylic paint in there, just enough to change the color of the water, and sprayed over this whole course. And I did that a few times, and it saved me a ton of time trying to paint all these nooks and crannies. Once I did that, you know, I did the same method for some gray paint. I dropped some gray acrylic in there, sprayed it again, and once I had all the nooks and crannies covered, I decided to throw some more gray paint on there with a brush, because it was watered down. It wasn't the darkest color, so I do some straight acrylic, unwatered, then went over it with some greens, some browns, some yellows, some blacks, mixed a bunch of colors. I also built, this is holding a bunch of crap right now, but just a little area here to store my cars when I'm not using them. And I'm currently making a bunch of these little trees. This is from one of those mini Christmas trees. Just cutting the branches off and then trimming them to look like a tree. I think is going to work out pretty good. So the course itself is like 4 feet by like 4.5. I think it kind of probably looks bigger in the video than it really is. So for anyone thinking about building a course, I would recommend staying away from the spray foam unless you really want to spend some time painting. Or if you don't care what it looks like, I mean, have at it if you don't care. But the best thing I can recommend is getting a bunch of foam. Things that like electronics come in, that foam works great. Boxes. This whole base right here is built out of diaper boxes. That saves you a lot of time. It gets you your height with the least amount of effort. If I were to build that with a bunch of stacked foam, I would have spent a lot on foam if I had to buy it, or spend a lot of time collecting it. So boxes are definitely recommended. So build up your height with boxes. The spray foam is good for sticking things together, but again, use it sparingly, because you know, if you don't take the time to shape it, cut it down. I mean, I fully expected this to look like piles of crap, so I planned for it, and you know, I put some effort into shaping the foam, especially like along here. This is all spray foam. You know, I did little drops of the spray foam too to make the rocks. Same goes for here. Well, that's it for now. I don't know when I'm gonna finish this. Like I said, I spend a lot of. I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of free time. I have 2 kids and very busy at work right now, so I work on this when I can. But I'm really hoping to finish it soon. So stay tuned, please subscribe, and I will update you guys later once I get a little further along. Thanks for watching.